12 hatch in the first ZVZ, so he's definitely willing to take some risk. But yeah, I'm ready to hop into the game so we can go ahead and get this last series going for you guys. It's going to be DuGu versus Sziky, and the first map is going to be Polestar, I think?
I think Knockout.
Knockout, okay.
Yeah. Alrighty, spawning top left as the Chinese Zerg in the blue. We have DuGu.
And his opponent here in the bottom left corner, we're going to get our Hungarian Zerg in the red, Sziky. Both players scouting in the right direction, so we're going to get that fair playing field. It's always good to see.
Yeah, I love seeing that. Honestly, it's, you know, whenever you lose a game and you get scouted first, you can always be like, ah, well, you know, they got the lucky Overlord scout. But in a situation like this, you're more likely to see just the better player win overall, which is what we want to see here. So, Sziky, man, I don't know. I could talk about this guy all day, but he definitely has some of the best Zerg versus Zerg imaginable. You know, he's also a very safe, a very safe standard Zerg versus Zerg player. Definitely someone who I would say normally leans into a lot of 9 pools, much like his Zerg versus Protoss, and you know, even Zerg versus Terran, he'll mix that in. So yeah, DuGu here going to be a little bit of a question mark, but we're seeing literally identical 12 pool openers out of these two.
Yeah, when I think of ZVZ, and what I think is like the most kind of standard safest build, I feel like 12 pool is kind of a decent catch-all, right? It's not really like bad against anything or great against anything. It's just kind of a nice middle of the road that, you know, it's a decent build for filling out your opponent, I think.
It's a great way to kind of start a game one. It is decent. You know, that 12 hatch that you mentioned from DuGu earlier is just about the biggest counter to it. So, you know, with Sziky having seen the previous set, you know, you can't say there's some meta there to still opening 12 pool. It seems like it didn't deter him, but yeah, great build from either of these players. Wow, Sziky making the drone. This is a very good read here from Sziky, and that'll give him a slight advantage to start things off.
Yeah, I kind of like that for Sziky. You know, he saw the hatchery coming, so knows exactly what they're up against. Both players did, and yeah, gonna come out pretty much identical so far up to this point.
This is a speed opener out of Sziky, though, and layer first for DuGu. Yeah, that's the only difference. Yeah. So basically, DuGu gonna want to play a little more defensive here. Sziky gonna be given the option to pressure, but should DuGu hold the natural, you always want to have the layer advantage. Ooh, nice engagement there from DuGu, though, picking off a Zergling from Sziky. That's really gonna prevent any further pressure for now from Sziky.
Oh, and Sziky committed to this egg here, and it's actually going to trap his lings in here. So he's going to take a lot of damage on the backside of this. Doesn't actually lose a ling somehow, which is crazy. He actually killed a ling and got out with all of his lings. I can't believe it worked out that way for him.
Yeah, it's so much damage, though, to these Zerglings of Sziky. Sziky, though, going to find a way somehow to slip by with speed, gets into the mineral line. I mean, this is the scenario you go for. This is why you go Zergling speed versus non. You know, if there can be a big advantage if you're able to hold, but if you can't, you can just easily lose the game. So it's always a risk. Oh, still though, nice hold from DuGu. Yet more lings running inside the main now of DuGu. But DuGu himself has Zergling speed up and should easily be able to defend this now.
I'm a little worried for Sziky doing it like this. He's bleeding off a lot of lings, right? He did kill a drone, which is nice, and he's got that one drone lead, but because he bled off so many lings, he now has to worry about this big ling counter swing. And his fire is also going to be a lot later. He is actually going to go for this counterattack, which is going to pull DuGu completely back temporarily. So that bought Sziky a lot of much needed time. Even going to get another drone with these 4 lings and potentially a second one. Okay, not quite gonna get that. But I'm just worried for this moment right here, right? We're so light on wings because we've been trading so many out. But maybe with the defender's advantage, Sziky can hold on.
Yeah, maybe with that closer rally, like you said, but here comes trailing Zerglings as well from DuGu. Yeah, Sziky gonna need to back up here, and it's very close on Zergling count, but I think DuGu has advantage.
Yeah, Mike gonna break out here. The reinforcing lings coming in from DuGu, and he's gonna win with a lot of reinforcing. And that might, yeah, this is gonna be GG right there. And that is what I was worried about. It was nice, kind of, you know, splitting from Sziky and getting some drone kills, but you just gotta be careful that you're not trading too many units for eco because that can happen.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, on top of that, DuGu had 100 extra gas as well and the faster spire. So it's really unique to see a game won like that where the Zergling count ended up kind of coming to you know, be the advantage at the end of it for DuGu because he was committed to that earlier layer. But still, you know, good try there from Sziky. Maybe if those first, you know, 4 lings were able to get a couple more drone kills, something like that inside the main, it very easily could have swung the other way. But still, DuGu having some very strong, you know, ZVZ here.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. All right, so DuGu's going to take that first game. Our next game going to be on Polestar this time. And we can actually go ahead and hop straight into that game. So this is going to be the last game of the night. We're going to get Sziky versus DuGu, game 2 on Polestar.
Alrighty, spawning top right side of Polestar as the Red Zerg. We have Starcast Sziky.
And his opponent spawning here in the top left are Blue Zerg, DuGu. The secret Zerg.
Every point matters here. You know, Sziky a little higher up on the current rankings of this group here, so DuGu really walking away here with a 2-0 would be very big for him. Meanwhile, Sziky, you know, likely that single loss going to bump him down quite a bit out of that top, tied for first place. So a little unfortunate, but maybe he can grab another victory here.
Yeah, that was a much-needed win for DuGu, and honestly, DuGu really needs a second one as well. I think coming into this day, he was like 1-5 or something after our start. So yeah, he's really going to need these wins over Sziky if he can grab them. And looks like we're going to be starting off with a 9-pull here from Sziky, and at least a 12-pull from DuGu. And oh no, with that drone moving out, that looks like it's going to be a 12 hatch, guys. And 12 hatch versus 9-pull, not great.
No, it's not, Ozzy. You gotta say it's not. This is a build order advantage. Maybe a lot of folks would even say counter here for Sziky.
Yeah.
Being said, Sziky so often goes 9-pull ZVZ that if you do this versus Sziky, you deserve it. You know what I mean? Like he really leans into, I was saying it even last game, he leans into 9-pull so heavily as DVZ. He'd rather just get into a game against anybody on somewhat even footing, and he'll just try to outplay you. You know, that being said, this isn't automatic game over here. DuGu sees the Zerglings coming. They're, you know, some Zergs will just pull like 10 drones and just defend the natural with 10 drones. Okay, this is another response. You build a creep colony inside the main, cancel the natural, and you just, he's behind, right? Like he just started his gas, but maybe if you get a second hatchery up in your main and you make a lot of Zerglings, you can win. So it's a somewhat playable state, but not really.
Okay, God, that I was really concerned. That stayed on like max completion for a while. I was like waiting for it to finish. Okay, so we do get that cancel as expected. One link actually goes down to the sunken, which is, you know, a small win here for DuGu. He does have that drone advantage, so he can, like you said, potentially get that second hatchery up and do something. I love that Sziky immediately starts droning behind this, and Sziky actually started droning kind of early, even. I guess because he saw the sunken coming down, or no, I guess because he scouted the other direction, right? So he kind of relief on it.
Yeah, he probably just knew he had it, I guess. I don't know. That is odd. I mean, he made 10 lings. We were just looking at it, so that's pretty standard, is to minimum make 10 Zerglings before droning with 9 pool, even versus, you know, something like a 12 pool or a 12 hatch especially.
Okay.
So he's down 2 workers. What really matters is if you look at the gas, like Sziky has over 100 more gas than his opponent. And that's just so big. On top of having the faster Spire, on top of having the faster layer, it's, I mean, such a big advantage. DuGu scrambling to just get the Spire down even at the moment. And if there is a win condition here for DuGu, I'll tell you, it's not going to be pure Zergling. Or it's not going to be Muta, I meant to say. He's got to get something done with Zerglings. Or Spore, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw the game yesterday of eOnzErG versus DuGu, but DuGu, so Eon actually he went 9 pool versus 12 hatch in that game as well.
Okay.
And he killed the hatchery, and then DuGu won the game still.
Whoa.
It's the first time I had seen it. eOnzErG went for a sunken push after putting him back on the 1 base, and DuGu was able to get a bunch of mutas out and actually end up taking the game from there. And yeah, kind of crazy, because I was saying, it's like your opponent's making spores while they're on 1 base. Can you not just isn't it just a better play? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, because you are the Zerg player. When you see them making spores like this, don't you just take your natural?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You just take your natural. Yeah. I mean, look at what these spores have done to DuGu's own mining. He can't mine that bottom mineral very well anymore. The gas is off as well with the spore. So it's kind of slowly delaying that gas. It is ever so slight, but oh, and here we go. Big timing coming in from Sziky. Just gonna try to focus down the spore, but it got held very well there.
I mean, the spore goes down, but there's mutas making here for DuGu, or at least Scourge, right? So it's going to delay the gas mining some for all of these lings. But that being said, Sziky does have amazing muta control.
Amazing muta control. I mean, just easily one of the best. You know, it is only the Scourge, so with perfect control, Sziky can and should win this. But, you know, easier said than done.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't want to, you know, blame anything on lag per se, but there is probably a little bit of a latency issue as well with these positions. But actually, kind of fighting backwards, you do have a bunch of lings going across the map, but Sziky was prepared for that. When he dumped all those lings to kill that spore, he knew this was a possibility, and he made that sunken back at home. And I really, really like that awareness from Sziky. He understood what the threat kind of became whenever he did that.
At the same time, the mutas pushed Sziky's mutas away. DuGu was allowed to make a big swell of Zerglings, and it's only a single sunken. There is a counter condition here for DuGu, but Sziky just keeping the pressure on here in DuGu's main.
I can't believe I just saw drones hatch from DuGu. That's crazy.
Yeah, with no second spore here, I mean, there is a big opening for Sziky. Wow, great sunken positioning there from Sziky. Should be able to hold off all of these Zerglings without losing any more drones. So, oh, this is 1.
Two drones
2.
actually go.
Come on.
He's got the 6 workers. That means DuGu's actually in a pretty good spot. As long as he holds on against these mutas, then there's not a whole lot of steam left for Sziky. More drones popping even here during the pressure. And this spore can't be allowed to go up. If this spore goes up, I'm pretty sure Ziki's lost the game.
I think you're right. Wow. You were calling it. You said this was similar to the previous series you saw of DuGu ZVZ, but this is not typical. They're not very often do you end up winning from that position. Wow, wow, wow. Sziky, though, with some great control, good focus fire as well, really wants to just end this last score and have at it, but you just come out just in the right time there. No way.
I can't believe DuGu has done it again. I mean, it's not completely over, I guess, but I don't know what Sziky's win condition is anymore. He's down 5
I don't
workers.
either.
The score stayed alive. Wow.
Yeah, being down 5 workers, no second hatchery. This is killer. This is the game ender here. He needs to drone and hope DuGu doesn't attack. I think is the right call. Like once you get so far behind, there's just not a win condition, so you need to make one. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's at that point. He's down on mutas. He's clearly down in economy. But at the same time, DuGu is scouting for that natural and sees nothing. Yeah, Sziky's going to get aggressive here, but he does not have the numbers.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. If you win 2 games of 12 hatch versus 9 pool, don't you just go 12 hatch every single game now? Like, what else is there to be afraid of?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I could ever get wins like this off of a 12 hatch, I would start doing it more often. That's crazy. Sziky does come in, snipes that Spore, gets a nice connect with the Scourge, but it's not enough, man. He's down on the numbers, and the drone count continues to increase here for DuGu. It's almost time for DuGu to take a natural of his own. We're even seeing he's comfortable enough remaking the Spore.
Yeah, kind of the last fight here going to happen. The Scourge going to come in.
Ooh.
GG going to be called. DuGu going to take a very surprising 2-0 over Sziky, and that's 2 games now he has shown us. 12 pool versus 9 pool, and he has found a way to win in both different scenarios. That is impressive.
Yeah, that was very impressive. I mean, anytime you somehow pull out a 12 hatch versus a 9 pool game, like you're making magic happen for sure. So very well done there. I mean, nice try from Sziky as well with the Spore snipe in the main. It was definitely questionable there for a little bit, but yeah, again, yeah, DuGu just playing so well and finally picking up some much needed wins to keep himself in contention in this group here. So yeah, man. Well, that was another fun day here for the BSL Non-Korean Championship. Yeah, we could see all the series we got to witness today. I mean, eOnzErG Sziky to kick things off, Dewalt 2-0ing DuGu to start. XuanXuan taking that epic game on Roaring Currents versus Mihu as well, tying that up at 1-1. I mean, Bonyth 2-0, eOnzErG. There's just so much here to see today, and it was a blast, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of good games today, and we see the results here over on the left. Obviously, some players have played a little bit more than the other players, but at the top, we currently have Mihu at 6 wins, 2 losses, and then QiaoGege, Sziky in the current order. And yeah, we got, I think, 2 more days left of these group stages, so that'll be wrapped up probably next weekend, I believe. And then we'll have our kind of contestants for their bracket there. And yeah, it's been pretty interesting. It's been a lot more competitive, I guess is what I'll say, because the scores are just like very even coming out of the second day. Like nobody's really far ahead at all. The most we have is Mihu up 2, but it's largely also because he's played a couple more games than some of these players. So this really could still go either way for any of these players at this point.
Yeah, it's one interesting thing about that best of 2 format, right? Like allowing for, so many ties. And when these players are as close as they are, you're gonna run into those scenarios, man, where the immovable object meets the unstoppable force. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. So super cool to see. Obviously, you see Mihu at the top here. Not a big surprise, but other than that, man, it's really dead even between so many of these folks here. So really excited to see how this one's going to play out.
Yeah, I 100% echo that sentiment. Looking forward to seeing kind of who we end up with. Who we end up losing. I mean, 2 of these guys don't even get to go into the bracket stage, right? And I look at these names, and it's just from what I've seen so far, DuGu being one of the new guys on the scene, still taking a big win there over Sziky, and it's like any of these 2 guys going down would almost come as a surprise, right? Because it just seems like the general quality of this tournament's actually quite high.
Oh, yeah, exceptionally, man. I mean, the Chinese competitors have really proven they are not to be fucked with, man. Like they are just such a problem for anybody and everybody, including the Koreans. And I mean, we're just really seeing the echoing of those results here, with, you know, 3 of the 4 within the top 4 placements so far. So yeah, real excited to see how this one's going to play out. Like you said, man, I think it's still anybody's game. Maybe someone's going to figure out how to beat Mihu PBT, but you know, maybe not as well. So yeah, uh, I think this is yeah, showing off group stage day 3 and day 4. You know, a lead up of what to expect here, what's to come. And yeah, a lot more exceptional matches here between these players. QiaoGege versus Bonyth, PvP. Ooh, I think that one's going to be a lot tighter than people maybe assume. Wow, Dewalt, Sziky, Mihu, eOnzErG. That'll be fun. Actually, I always
Yeah.
like seeing a good TVZ, especially when Mihu and eOnzErG are involved. So yeah.
Yeah, for that day for me, the one that I'm most interested in is actually going to be that QiaoGege Bonyth series. You know, QiaoGege did
Mm,
beat Dewalt 2-0 on day 1, and I do feel like Bonyth's PvP, it kind of, I just like his style a bit more, right? The more like
right.
control focused style. It's just much more entertaining and interesting to watch. And yeah, I'm really excited to see if he can do a bit better against, like, up against QiaoGege than Dewalt did. And QiaoGege, even he brought out a 12 Nexus on game 1 against Dewalt. So I can't imagine if he knows Bonyth that he'll do that, because Bonyth not afraid to throw in that 10-12, and that is kind of an auto loss. But yeah, super excited to
Sure.
see how that series plays out.
Yeah, like you said, that's going to be an interesting one. QiaoGege proven he's, you know, really been a difficulty for this group, but Bond's PvP is, you know, definitely his strong suit. So really, yeah, should be an excellent one. But yeah, with that, folks, I think before we take off, we definitely want to thank all of our sponsors and supporters here at the BSL21. Just call out some of the big donations here to kick things off. Gotta give it to CRVT for that $2,000 donation. Such a big contributor to the BSL season over season. Appreciate you so much. Jaziri as well, $1,400 donation. We got Big Striker here, one of our best NA Zerg competitors with $600 donation. Tan Guard at $320. Anonymous at 561, and Dragon Broodwar at 200 as well. Thank you all so much. And at the Wolf of Wall Street level, $200 a month. Andrew coming back again. Thank you so much. At the general level, $100 a month, we have My Fleeting Dream. Thank you. $50 a month again. Striker, he's here, he's there, he's doing everything. Thank you so much, man. Major plus level, we have Makalai Paroshin. Thank you so much. And at the major level, $20 a month, we have Kyasu, KJ, LML, Medinho, Nicholas Schuler, Scheming Gypsy, Steven Robertson, and Tom. And again, thank you all so much for each and every single contribution. It goes a long way to continuing foreign Broodwar and continuing BSL season over season. So, you know, any donation, big or small, helps us out so much. So appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Absolutely, guys. Really appreciate the support. It allows us to keep doing this. I know we talk about this every day. It's just, it is what it is. You guys make this happen. I mean, Zero makes it happen. You guys allow Zero to make it happen, right? Like, you guys really
Right.
do a lot for the scene, and you know, we're all StarCraft fans, so we all appreciate it. We all appreciate you too, Zero, and what you do for us, because without you, without BSL, we'd have a lot less StarCraft to watch for sure.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Well, I guess that's it for me again, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Everybody in the chat, everyone checking us out. Appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you, Ozzy, again for commentating with me, man. It's been fun, like usual. I'm starting to make this a more regular thing, dude. So, yeah, and just a big shout out to Zero again. Yeah, thanks for everything you do. Thanks for making this possible. And yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed the cast, and we'll catch you guys again next time. Peace.
Peace.